Imagine being a young graduate student quietly poring over miles of chart paper when you notice something strange, a tiny rhythmic pulse repeating again and again, as steady as a heartbeat. That was the moment Jocelyn Bell Burnell realized she had found something no one else had ever seen before, a new kind of star that blinked across the radio sky. Jocelyn Bell Burnell was born July 15, 1943, in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Her father was an architect who helped design the Armagh Observatory, filled their home with books about the stars. Encouraged by her parents, Jocelyn's curiosity began early. In the 1950s, it wasn't easy for a girl to pursue science. When she first started secondary school, the boys went to the science lab while the girls spent their time in domestic science, cooking and sewing. Her parents objected, and their perseverance paid off. Jocelyn and two other girls were finally allowed into the lab, where her fascination with physics and astronomy took hold. After attending a Quaker boarding school in York, she went on to study physics at the University of Glasgow. She excelled, and in 1965 was accepted to the University of Cambridge for graduate study in radio astronomy. There she joined astronomer Anthony Hewish to search for distant cosmic radio sources known as quasars. Jocelyn helped design and build a massive radio array 4-acre field, hammering stakes, connecting cables, and setting up hundreds of antennae by hand. When the telescope began collecting data in 1967, Jocelyn spent long hours examining endless rolls of paper charts. Amid the noise, she spotted a signal that didn't behave like anything she'd seen before, short, repeating bursts that came every 1.3 seconds. They were too regular to be man-made, too fast to be a planet, and too steady to be a quasar. As a joke, she labeled the strange source LGM-1, short for Little Green Men. But the signal wasn't from aliens. It was from a rapidly spinning magnetized neutron star, beaming radio waves like a lighthouse across the cosmos. Jocelyn had discovered the first known pulsar. The discovery, published in Nature in 1968, stunned the scientific world. Over the next few months, Jocelyn identified 3 more pulsars, confirming that this was not an isolated oddity, but a new class of celestial objects. This tiny, dense stars, remnants of a massive star has gone supernova, were like anything astronomers had ever observed. Her discovery opened a new window into the universe, offered clues about stellar death, neutron matter, and even the nature of space-time itself. In 1974, the Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded for the discovery of the pulsars, but not to Jocelyn. The prize went instead to her supervisor, Anthony Hewish and Martin Ryle. Many scientists and journalists called the mission unjust, yet Jocelyn herself responded with humility and grace. She said later that she bore no resentment. The supervisor must take responsibility for both failures and success of their projects. Dignity only deepened the respect she earned from the scientific community. Jocelyn went on to lead a distinguished career in astronomy. She worked at the University of Southampton, the Mullard Space Science Laboratory, and the University of Edinburgh. She later became the Dean of Science at the University of Bath, President of the Royal Astronomical Society, and eventually President of the Institute of Physics. Her research spanned the full spectrum of astronomy, from radio to gamma rays, and she continued to teach and inspire new generations of students. Throughout her life, Jocelyn remained deeply influenced by her Quaker faith, which shaped her quiet sense of purpose and fairness. She became an advocate for women and underrepresented groups in science, mentoring countless students and speaking out for equality in academia. In recognition of her achievements, she was named Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire and was awarded numerous international honors. In 2018, she donated the entire £2.3 million prize from a major science award to fund scholarships for women, minorities, and refugees studying physics, a gesture that reflected her lifelong generosity of spirit. Today, Dame Joyce Bell Burnell is regarded as one of the great figures in modern astronomy. Her discovery of pulsars transformed understanding of the universe and continues to influence astrophysics more than 50 years later. From a girl in Northern Ireland who was once told that science was not for her, to the woman who heard the heartbeat of the universe, Jocelyn Bell Burnell's story is one of perseverance, brilliance, and quiet courage. She didn't just detect signals from the stars, she showed the world how to listen to them. Thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed learning about this remarkable woman who helped us hear the universe for the very first time.